This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, today I am doing some prep work for, the Rising Sun. This is actually a patron that I am painting for. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 3 figures this week. And I'll probably do some more. But I figured this was something everybody wants to see. First of all, we're going to do this dude right here. Then we're going to do the River Dragon, which would be a lot of fun and easy to do. Hopefully we'll get it all done tomorrow. And Oni of Skulls, yes, of course. We're going to start with those 3 because they're kind of how we're going to work into it and blend a bunch of things. So let's go down the table and look at some of the prep work that I'm going to do for the live show, so you can see what we go to do to fit it all into 1 hour. So let's go take a look. First guy that we're going to take a look at, and we'll probably be able to finish most of them, but I'm just going to show you some of the quick highlights tomorrow, and that's this dude right here. As you can see, he's all gold, so we're going to follow the basic that we normally do. As you can see, I got him primed black, which is going to be easy. The second 2 guys that we're going to just get kind of primed up a bit is the River Dragon and of course Oni of the Skulls. As you can see, they are kind of we're going to just get their base color on. As you can see, this is a gray dragon with some white highlights, so we're going to work on that. This here, I'm actually that ball there, I think I'm going to make gold. I think that'll go really well with the gray and how we're going to work things in there. I really like how that'll look. So I'll probably just get that in there and then work that color on the outside tomorrow live. So let's get going. Alright, for this guy, very simple. Just Retribution Armor. Let's get it on there. All you're going to do is just really just get it all over and every inch of them. So let's do that. Now, I really like how this guy goes on over the black. This is a favorite of mine to use. It's, you know, more expensive paint, but it just goes on and it really gets in there. And it's going to give us the effect that we want, and I'm really going to just get this all over them and really get it in there. So I'm going to finish this up and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at him when he's all right. As you can see, this is pretty close, and people would be pretty happy and go, yeah, that's pretty good, you know, with the Retribution Armor. Nah, we can't do that. We've got to fill in. There's a lot of detail in here, and we want to bring that out, and we're going to bring it out, but we really want him to shine, because if you really look, he really shines on this card. So we're going to do our best to really get this guy to where we want to. And, you know, maybe I'll finish it today, but, you know, definitely it'll be done for the live show, so you can see how easy it goes about and gets done. I'm breaking out the Retribution while I got it on the brush here. And what I'm doing is this ball thing in here. I think a nice gold, because everything was, you know, in Japanese lore is very, very bright. So I'm just getting it in here. I'm not worried about what I touch on the dragon, because as you can see, I hit his leg and whatnot. All I want to do is get this ball in here, and then I'll take a smaller brush and clean things up later on. But right now we're just trying to get coverage, and that's what's important right now. Alright, so as you can see, we got that in there, and yeah, we made a mess of it. That's alright. We're going to let that dry a little bit. And you can see the difference of how the gold goes on. Really not too much with the white, but either way, when we put the wash over it, it's going to work a certain way, and you'll see what we're trying to attempt here with this. So we're going to let this dry. In the meantime, we're going to go work on the other guy. Alright, the big fella here, Oni of Skulls. As you can see, he's blue. So what kind of blue is he? Well, in my mind, he is a Sotek green. So we are going to get to work, start painting him, and I'll show you how this all goes. Now we're going to try to keep some of the black features here, because if you look, there are, you know, his hair's black and stuff like that. So we're going to try to be careful, but we're not going to be too careful. We don't want to have to repaint over everything 1,500 times. We're going to let the primer do some work, and we're going to work this in a bit and see how it all comes together. Now, as you can see, I'm not being too neat here, because we're going to clean everything up later. I'm not worried about this. It's getting this base coat onto here, and this is my second coat that I'm putting on. And all we're trying to do is just get in all the areas. We're not trying to be neat. We're going to have to paint over a lot of areas, but getting the skin correctly painted and ready is half the battle. So we can just get this guy all painted up like we want to. And all it is just getting and just taking your brush and working that paint in there. You know, you're going over necklaces and stuff like that that you're going to have to repaint, but that's okay. You know, getting the main paint on here. Number one, as you can see, I'm trying to stay off the black hair a bit. And I'm not going crazy worrying about where the paint goes. I'm just making sure that it gets on there, gets all the skin, and that's what's most important at this point. Next thing I did is I'm working on the dragon. Now what I did is I took equal parts of a neutral gray, which is a Vallejo, and a sky gray, which is, yes, a Vallejo. I took equal parts, mixed them together, watered them down a little bit, and I started painting over the dragon. Just some of the high areas. I'm not worried about getting every area right now because I know the balance of what I want to paint. I just want to get this gray to kind of get this white off, because I think what's really going to help here is the shade and how we're going to build out with the dragon. The other thing I want to get rid of is all that gold that I got all over the dragon. So by just doing this real quick, it kind of gets us prepped for where we need to be. So when we start showing you how to get him going, it'll be a nice, easy transition and easy to learn. So you can always just come back to this video and go, geez, how did we get this all prepped? And that's exactly what we're trying to do, is just get this nice and prepped so we can get really show you how to highlight this guy very quickly and easily so it's effective and looks great on your table. And that's what's most important. Now just a real quick thing here, all I did is just take some XV88, which is this color right here, and just run it through the blade, the blade holder here. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Ushabi bone, which you guys all have seen me used before, and I'm not going to worry about how it goes on. I'm just going to get it on there and I'll paint everything around it. But right now I just want to get the first coat on all the areas that are going to have cloth and things like that, and some bone, because we're going to, of course, darken that up a bit once we put the wash on. But we're going to be very careful because we're going to use a couple washes here. So all we want to do is just kind of get that in the area here. Get it on this side here also. Trying to get over the blue. This is just the first coat that we're going to put on here. And any of the cloth areas we're going to use Ushabi bone up just to get where we need to be. We'll be right back. After we get the Ushabi bone on, I just took a little corn red to go over this this cloth that he has laying down, and then we're just going to paint in the fur, and we're also going to work some of the armor that he has in here. But we're going to save that for tomorrow, of course. Right now we're just touching up little areas, just getting little base coats on there, so we'll be ready to keep going here. The final thing that we're going to do today for prep work is we're going to do a wash, because we really want dry so we can work our way out. And what we're using is a Reichland Flesh Shade, and just taking that and just going over all the gold areas. Now look what that's doing. That's bringing out all the detail, and that's what we want. We want to get that in there and get it into the recesses. We talk about this all the time and how important it is to do this. Now by doing this, it's going to be nice and dry tomorrow, and then I'm going to show you guys how to really make this guy shine. Now you're thinking, wow, you're dulling him down though first. Yes, we are, because we want that gold or that Retribution Armor to really sit in there a bit. And really just, as you can see, I'm just working this into his face. And let me just get a little bit more here. Using a big brush to quickly do it. I'm not worried about how it goes in there, how deep it gets in there. If it pulls, that's okay even, because I know exactly the colors that we're going to be using to really bring this guy to life. And that's what is going to be the most important thing. But making sure that you get every single area of this guy, as you can see, as I'm doing right here, and just working it in there, getting a little on my hands, as you can see, and just working it around here. And there we go. I think we've got every inch of him, and he is good to go. We don't mind that base being as dark as it is. So pretty much that's all we needed to do to get ready for tomorrow. So as you see, we have that gray that's sitting there and drying. We have the ball that's gold. We're gonna just kind of really just get these guys to this point, so when we come back live tomorrow, we'll be able to finish all three of these figures pretty quickly. There's really nothing extensive that I did here to really that's too hard that you can't do to get prepped and ready to do this. Tomorrow when we go live, we'll be ready. We'll be able to finish these figures, and then we'll move on to the next batch. So let's go up top and get on out of here. Well, there you have it. We're all set, all prepped for our live show. I just figured I'd show you a little bit of behind the scenes, how things work. And I hope you'll all tune in to check out the live painting of Rising Suns. We're going to paint the whole thing. It's for one of our patrons, so that was what he wished this year. So we're going to try to get this all done very quickly for him. I'll also be doing, I think I'm going to do a little something extra for him. He sent the entire Kickstarter. I guess he has the Dynamo Kickstarter. I don't know anything about it. I'm just waiting for the retail version for myself. But for some of you that may have that, I'll do a couple of figures out of that and show you how that's done. If there's anything particular you want to see, just let me know. That's what we're here for. Until next time, I'm Rob Warren. We'll see you tomorrow at the live show.